Hey philosophers! I'm actually talking to someone right now, but you can definitely listen in. Okay, so here's the story. Julie and Mark are adult siblings. They take a vacation to France, ooh la la, and decide to have sex. Julie is on birth control, but Mark uses a condom just to be extra safe. While they enjoyed it, they decide not to ever do it again and to keep what happened a secret. This experience overall brings them closer together. Oh my gosh, are you talking about incest? Yep. What do you think? What do you mean, what do I think? What they did is wrong. Why is it wrong? Do you not know about the genetic? But they used two kinds of contraceptive methods. It was non-reproductive. Okay, well, it's illegal. In France, where they did it, it's not. It's a huge shock to other, but they kept it a secret, remember? Any other reasons? Yeah, I don't know why I can't explain it. But you know, it's still wrong. All right. Did you think that person is irrational or a bit ridiculous? Well, psychologist Jonathan Haidt said that most people do this most of the time. Now, what do I mean exactly by this? When presented with a situation they believe is morally wrong, they hold on to that belief even after they realize there is no plausible justification or reason for that belief. You know, people want to give reasons for their moral judgments, so they will always try. But even after they fail, like in the earlier example, they'll be surprised, but they won't change their mind. Haidt called this moral dumbfounding. He says a lot of people are actually comfortable being in this state. Well, on the other hand, there are people that feel deeply uncomfortable, deeply bothered, and have to find out the reasons. And those people usually go on to study philosophy, he says. So, what about you? What do you think about the above case of Julie and Mark? You know, actually, Julie and Mark comes from the original experiment. I didn't name them. Julie, coincidence? 100%. Anyway, do you also believe what they did was morally wrong? Can you give a reason for it? Well, don't feel so down even if you can't. At least we know why we have these feelings and intuitions against the concept of incest, regardless of its specific conditions. Evolution! Yeah! Am I right? But philosopher Peter Singer points out in his book, Ethics in the Real World, that unlike us, our ancestors did not have effective contraception. So we shouldn't decide what constitutes morally wrong action, let alone crime, based on feelings that may have helped our ancestors make genetically normal babies. So Singer goes on to argue this. If we were to ban incest based on the risk of genetically abnormal children, we should, 1, apply the ban more narrowly to only those capable of making children. And 2nd, apply the ban more broadly to all sexual intercourse between couples at high risk of having abnormal offspring. But of course, reproduction isn't the only reason working against incest. So if you are against incest, I challenge you to come up with your own argument and maybe also write it down below. Or maybe you think there's nothing wrong with it morally, but that it should still be or stay illegal. A bigger challenge would be to explain why what Mark and Julie did is morally wrong. Lastly, while we might not be able to help that we sometimes fall into the state of moral dumbfounding, I think it still definitely helps to be aware of it. So think about and let me know what your kryptonite is and why you think that is. And if you've done that, hooray! Like, subscribe, and have a philosophical week. Bye!